Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Tengu230. I hope you guys are having a great day. Please let me know which games you guys are currently playing in the comments below. So I'm going to be playing a game. It seems like it's more of a visual novel. It's called Beneath Floes, and it's based on Inuit legend. So because I played Never Alone, this captured my attention. So anyway, let's get started. My cousin was a deaf child. One time he went alone to the lake to take feathers from loons so that he could become a bird. He did not know the stories of the Qalupalik, I think that's how you pronounce it, who watched him from under the ice. The Qalupalik started to hum, but my cousin could not hear. He gathered all the feathers, the loose ones, even the feathers still on the loons. They turned to leave. The Qalupalik grabbed him with her long nails. She shoved him, screaming, into her Amayuti. I don't know what that is. You guys let me know what that is. And dove into the waters. That's why in the summer there are always feathers on the lake. This is a true story, not a tale. Author not recorded. Beneath Floes. Let me tell you a story. This is a story about you. These are not your experiences. Still, I want to hear your voice. Let's start small. Do you prefer a white moon? Don't worry, there are no bad choices here. When you made up your mind, I'll begin the story. A red moon. A blue moon? That's interesting. I'll go for a white moon. Wait. Oh, I just click what I have. Okay, white moon. Let's begin the story. You like things just as they are. Haha. I won't read too much into that. Okay, settle in and listen. 50 years ago, only a child, you wandered the shoreline in the dark season, as your mother had warned you never to. Your boots anchor in the crunchy snow. This is the shore where, in the summer, your brother caught his first fish. It hadn't been a while, but for weeks he acted intolerable with pride. Now there's no one here, no one who could interrupt your own search. You don't reach the water before you find what you came for. A labeled can embedded in the earth, impervious to wind and ice. Your heart grows 10 sizes, filled with possibilities. It could be new or too worn. Maybe you already have this one. You seize the can. Okay, it must be recent because the snow inside is soft. Your mouth curls at a small tear on the label, but at least the art is pristine. A smiling Qalupalik offers you canned meat product. Do you toss this one? You consider your options. There could be better cans to take back in settlement. Toss. Hold on to this one. Let's hold on to this one. And keep the can. There's worse artwork out there. Like all the labels that show Qalupalik smoking precious wooden pipes. Those are definitely the worst. Besides, this label is in good condition. Down the shore, a dark mass lies still on the floe edge. The chance for another can draws you closer. You step forward. The ice crunches under your feet. 1, 2, 3 steps. An unknown other inhabits your body like an unwelcome visitor. It seizes your chest, your mind. It's humming. Oh my god, you hear an ancient sound. You hear it in your bones. That is creepy. Eesh. Fingers. Another night, another story. Your mother tells you bed stories about broken shores, cannibals taller than men, fish mothers under the sea. She works in your favorite flourishes, even the silly ones. Her brother feels the Qalupalik's long black nails grip his ankles. Your mother pauses the story, seems distracted. Green nails, blue nails. I'll go with black. Then grabs your feet. You jolt like a bearded seal. She got you this time. This is worse than death. Your favorite stories are about Pinnguaq, I think, because he's as strong as Superman. She knows this, but she says some stories must be told. My little aunt. Strong as Superman, brave as Superman. Let's go brave as Superman. You prefer this name over EX1X48, or sorry, E51X48. The Qalupalik's name for you. You never met your aunt, but your mother compares you to her often. I don't know what these are for. Okay, I'll just stick with that. Frost falls from the roof, sleep comes. Creepy. Another night. Another story. Your mother tells you bed stories about endless storms, a community without Anuses? That better be anuses or anuses would be weird. The stories, or the origins of narwhals. She works in your favorite flourishes, even the vulgar ones. Her cousin hears a distant hum and runs 10 miles to rock tripe. Your mother pauses the story, raises her hands. Then resumes where she left off. You expected her to tickle you or some other unfathomable act. Ever since you became conscious, you've lived with weak limbs, pained knees, frequent panic. I'll go pained knees since I just had shingles not too long ago. There's nothing to be done about it. She knows this and rubs your back each night to console you. It's said that your father shot a caribou and failed to kill it, but that's one person's belief. Not a well-liked individual either. The Qalupalik warms the house. Sleep comes. I really hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Another night. Another story. Your mother tells you bed stories about loon tongues, the consequences of revenge, why the moon is cold. She works in your favorite flourishes, even the melancholy ones. Her aunt sees the Qalupalik's hooked nose, bulbous nose, button nose, I'll keep with hooked, before she slides down the slimy bottomless walls of Amayuti. Your mother pauses the story, leans in close, just like this. Then pulls your nose. No! Is nothing sacred in this world? There was a time when she told these stories and didn't describe the Qalupalik. Such details were left for you to envision. Why infringe upon your young imagination? But you listen more attentively, even eagerly, when she includes them. She knows this and adapts the stories. She covers you in blankets. Sleep comes. You hear an ancient sound. You hear it in your bones. 50 years ago, only a child, you encountered a Qalupalik in the dark season, as your mother had hoped you never would. Oh god, it's crawling. She slowly pulls herself onto the flow. You can't turn your head away. The unknown other makes you step forward. But why? I don't like these extra... Wait, what? Yee! 1, 2. 3 steps. You feel the terror subside. 4. 5. 6 steps. You realize the truth. It spreads through you until you've always known it. Until it is the only thing you've ever known to feel safe again. Move closer. Fuck, dude. Move closer. Look at that thing, dude. You are near enough that she inhabits every sense. She smells like like seal rot, or the drowned corpses they sometimes pull from the sea. You are inches from her touch, inches from safety. As she reaches out to take you, the unknown other flees. The fog inside your head clears. The terror you need protection from is before you. You run. But as you turn, severe pain lances your legs. Damn it. You can't hold yourself up and fall quietly onto the floe where the ice burns your skin. You prepare to be taken. What the heck? I just clicked taken. A moment passes, and another. The ice still burns your cheek. No nails embrace you. No Amayuti covers you. No water drowns you. The ancient sound fades to echoes deep in your memories. Yee, creepy. You crawl back from the Qalupalik, who paws after you like a caged hound. Her black nails hold to the ice. Why doesn't she follow you? Take you. You crawl further back. She can reach far. Her face is familiar, comforting. You've seen her hooked nose 100 times beneath blankets. Near a warm kilik, your frost falls from the roof. This is the Qalupalik from your mother's stories. Did you create her with those flourishes? You feel an uncertain connection with her, like distant kin. She doesn't move. She seems wounded. You wonder about the hums, if they're stories she tells children, the oldest stories of all. You stole yourself from her, like a thief would take food, so for her, you'll steal a different child. Ooh, boy. That became a little tense. Let me tell you a joke. What do you call a penguin in Pinnguaq? Lost. I don't know what that means. Haha, I didn't come up with that. I found it on the internet. Of those great websites. Those great websites that has animated pictures. Settle in, I'll continue the story. It's a bear trap. 50 years ago, only a child, you set up a fox trap. Sorry, it's a fox trap in the dark season, as your father had never taught you to. The steel is colder than the ground. You found this trap under the house, where time and disuse buried it beneath frost. Sometimes hunters take them out on the land and return with bundles of animals to sell. The lovers took a while to puzzle out, but now it's ready. Near the settlement, the dogs whimper and howl on their chains. You've heard them less and less. Most children are at the school, a Qalupalik, idols in the claustrophobic spaces created by the plywood houses. You never go near them. They only smile on labels. Superman, cool. He hoards the best comic in his hand. Superman. The cover shows Superman having some trouble with Qalupalik. Sometimes he doesn't wear Qalupalik clothes to hide his Krypton origins, and this gets them thoroughly flustered. You seize the comic, trying not to tear any pages. As you run, Qalupak's face contorts into a caricature of rage, with brows curved like knives, a nose scrunched so close to his forehead that he becomes an old man. The Qalupalik chases after you. Already your knees flare with each impact. Every step could be the moment when your body abandons you. You push out thoughts of Qalupalik tackling you, pummeling you, telling the police as you pass between the houses out toward the shore. The Qalupalik follows you over a hill. You can't run anymore. You lower yourself to the ground. The most you can manage and watch the Qalupalik run toward you. 1, 2, 3 steps. The Qalupalik is near. 4, 5. Oh shit. 6 steps. Hit the foxtrap. Let me tell you a story. Okay. This is a story about the hill you trapped the Qalupalik on. It is an old story. No one alive knows the people involved. I read it in a journal kept by an anthropologist who didn't record the performer's name. 200 years ago, beneath the cold moon, 5 hunters turned into dogs to go out on the land. That's cool. One hunter is crippled. She limps on a lame paw. She keeps up with the pack until they find a bear so quick it leaves no tracks. They chase the bear day and night, and the lame dog falls behind. The 4 dogs surround the bear, bark and snap and bare their teeth, but the 4 of them alone can't slow it down. The shadow underneath the bear grows as it leaves the ground. The bear reaches this hill where it shoots up to the sky. The 4 dogs follow. All at once they become luminous and chase the bear across the stars, the lame dog forever behind. That's sad. Why did I tell that story? It's hard to say. The silences in the record leave many holes. Why did the dogs leave their friend behind? What did the performer want us to feel? Did the polar bear have a cute little nose? We'd have to live a century ago, in that time and place, hear the subtle shifts of tone in the performer's voice, see their arms wave and feel their feet stomp. It wouldn't be enough for us to inhabit the anthropologist's mind, because in their beliefs it didn't matter who performed the story or how. The performer's words were salvaged from a culture thought to be near extinction. So when we hear the story, we have to breathe into it our own modern fears and loneliness. Let me tell you what I think. I think corporations chased their engineered warmth north, where the endless sun gave them new avenues for profit. The bear knew when to get out. The dogs, being hunters and not shareholders, left their friend behind because no one wants to starve. I think the crippled hunter had no choices left after the wealthy developed the environment around her, constructed it to find her worth solely by if she could kill a bear or not. And I think the distance between those stars isn't the distance of space, get it? But a warning about the future, to understand the history behind the social distances between us. But those are my tedious beliefs. Maybe those stars are ostriches. What future do I create when I tell tragedies? Here's what matters. When you trapped the Qalupalik, you hadn't heard the story of the hill, so you couldn't imagine other futures. You can't know how you might have looked into the story, like a mirror, or turned away. Maybe this future will work out fine. The police don't find out, use you to justify abuse, maybe not. But in this story, your story, you always trapped the Qalupalik. 50 years ago, only a child, you ensnared a Qalupalik in the dark season, as your parents had never known you would. You try to remember how you originally imagined the situation. Did the Qalupalik pass out, bow down, and declare you his superior? You're not sure how to get him to the shore. The Qalupalik struggles in the trap. A thought comes. What if he wants to be dragged under the sea to live forever with a woman who smells like seal rot? You decide to ask. You shout after the Qalupalik. The nails aren't so bad, and you get used to the fish smell. He doesn't respond. Some folks can't be reasoned with. You have some leverage, because surely he wants to know the ending to the Superman comic in your hands. Also, there's a rock by your feet. Do you persuade him? Knock him out. Persuade him. A tough decision. I think I'll persuade him. You wave the Superman comic in the air and hope it doesn't come across like a taunt. The Qalupalik slides out of the trapped boot he limps after you. out his trap boot and limps after you. You drop the comic and run toward the shore. You take it to the floe edge, your knees scream at you, and the Qalupalik is close behind. Frozen platforms lead out into the sea. You close your eyes and leap. When you land on the floe, the wet ice cracks under your boots. You slip and slam onto the platform. Behind you, the Qalupalik is determined to follow. You pick yourself up and leap. Crack. You and the Qalupalik advance into the sea, one floe at a time. Crack. 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 Oh god, the humming's back. Crack! Crack. Oh my god, what the fuck, dude? We're like in our lair now. What? That looks weird. Wait, did I just get captured? Okay. It's gone. Oh, that's... Whoa. Okay. 50 years ago, only a child, you watched the Qalupalik take the Qalupalik beneath the floes as you had hoped she would. You returned to the settlement. Wow. The police used the investigation to act even crueler towards your kin, but quietly conclude months later that the Qalupalik wandered the shoreline and drowned. One night, you throw the Superman comic into the water for him to read. After you trace all the artwork, you return often and hope you'll hear the hum. But the years turn... but the years turn you too old for the company of lonely fishwomen. Your children listen to your bed stories about brothers and sisters, moonmen, and wounded Qalupalik. You always work in their favorite flourishes. Our tales are narratives of human experience, and therefore they do not always tell of beautiful things. But one cannot both embellish a tale to please the hearer and at the same time keep to the truth. The tongue should be the echo of that which must be told, and it cannot be adapted according to the moods and tastes of man. Beneath Floes. Let me tell you a story. Okay, I think that's it. I guess I can change everything up, but yeah, that was actually pretty cool because each story led to the next story. And it was like based on experiences, so I actually like that about this. It was pretty cool. So if you guys have a chance, I'll post the link in the description to the game below so you guys can try it out, try out your different choices and everything, see if anything changes. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one single episode of Beneath Floes, and as always, you guys, thanks for watching, take care, and Pinnguaq 230 out. Alright guys, game on everybody.